Morning, everybody. I'm out here scouting a spot that I scouted early in the spring. I saw the major deer trail and stuff, and I had a camera out here for a while. This general area anyway. I'm out here today trying to find a spot I can put my ground blind. I'm gonna watch this major trail going this way. Comes from the thick area in the swamp down in there. I'm gonna try and have it, see if I can get a little bit of range, keep my scent away from the trail. So when I go in over here, there's an old tote road there and another one right there that I'm sure they join up there towards that trail. So I'm gonna try and crawl on there with my crutches, not crawl, but you know what I mean. Hop along with the crutches and see what I see. And I'll take you along. Obviously I can't film as I'm walking because I use my crutches. I need my hands to walk. But I'll show you as much as I can, and we'll try and figure this place out. Or at least this little spot anyway. Come from that way with the four-wheeler. It's pretty thick in here right now. A lot thicker than it was when we made the video this spring, that's for sure. All these leaves out here now. But you can see something's been coming through here already. So this is a busy run right here. And going towards that way, I think there's an overgrown blueberry fields, and there's a couple of old lots that have some apple trees in them. So this will be coming from a bedding and heading towards a feeding area. So it'll be like an afternoon sitting spot, place to sit for the afternoon. So they're coming out of the bedding and heading to feed for the evening. But this is on a transition. Geez, probably 400 or 500 yards at least, that far away. No, it's probably more than that. I guess I'm quarter to half a mile away from the blueberry field, but probably a quarter of a mile or so from the apple trees. So it's a little transition area. Hopefully you can catch them during the daylight while they're still moving. But let me start getting ready and head out there, and I'll get you some video. Coming from that way, four-wheeler's maybe 300 feet that way. If you look over this way, you see right straight center screen through there. I think that's the main trail. You can see that bright little area going from left to right. There's a trail coming this way, heading in this direction towards that trail. See some old tracks right in there. But I'm gonna walk that way and towards that trail. Looks like there might be another trail straight in there where it's nice and bright. Going that way. We'll see. Well, I just popped out from right there. Trail goes in that way, which goes deep towards the swamp. Comes over around here, heads that way through towards the blueberry barrens and an old abandoned area where there's a bunch of apple trees. And you can see it's right down in there. There's a fresh track there. They don't appear to be using it quite as much as they were in the spring. Some huge cedar trees. But it is thick in here. I just gotta figure out predominant wind for this area. After I shut this particular video off, I'll get my compass out and see what direction this goes, and then I'll try and figure out where's the best place to station ground blind. Problem with me is I'll have to come in here with a four-wheeler, and then I'll have to put the four-wheeler somewhere where I feel safe. You know, nobody's gonna mess with it while I'm in here. Hopefully that doesn't scare off anything, and then hopefully it's hidden well enough, and then I'll get to the ground blind. But I'm gonna take a walk down that way, see if I see any more runs coming off of this. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm assuming I'd have to put my ground blind on this side, and then not over here, but we'll see. I'll check the compass and see what I see. I just did a quick check of the compass, and that way is south, direct south. This is north. That way will be east. And this way will be west. So I'm gonna head south and see what I see. Right there's not too bad a little spot. There's a big giant rock right there. You could sit on the other side of that and wait for somebody to come from this way, something, a deer, or sit on it, or sit on this side and wait for something to come this way. But it is pretty thick in there too right now, and there's a lot of hemlock, cedar to hide that ground blind, and then maybe I'll watch this area when I'm there, probably 100 feet. And you could watch this open area here coming by, but we'll see. I'm gonna continue that way for a little bit further. It's so bright and open up in there too. See, things have been walking on here. The ground's getting pretty hard now. You can see right up there. It's fairly fresh. Something's been walking through there. Continue that way and see what we see. I'm coming from that way. Now you can see the trail branches off, goes one way that way, one way that way. So I think that way may go back towards where I came from with the four-wheeler. Could go by that old homestead where the apple trees are, and then this way may head towards the blueberry field. You can see right here, something's been going right through here. Going this way into there. Looks like there's another old tote road, a skidder road in there. See the ground's pocked up a little bit from older tracks. It's definitely pretty thick in here. A lot of ferns and stuff right now, which will be gone during the fall. I'll keep doing a little bit more checking and see what I see. Oh, aggravating a squirrel, I guess. I tried walking down there a little ways. That's the area towards, I think it's towards the blueberry field, but there's a tree down there across the way, and I didn't want to have to mess with that. This is the area I'm coming from. This is the Y trail. I'm going down this way now. Trying to go down there just a little ways to see what I see. I can't walk a lot more. My shoulders and hands and ankles are getting destroyed. But I'll just want to see what's through here. And try and make my mind up about where I want to put that ground blind if I can. We shall see. It definitely looks like something's been tripping through there. Deer right in front of me. A little buck. trying to go around me to catch my wind. Still right down there. There he goes. Must have caught me a little bit. I had to move. So many bugs all over me right now, mosquitoes and stuff, and I'm not standing in a very good position here. But yeah, that was like 10 minutes of sitting there filming him. He's probably 25 feet in front of me. That was awesome. I guess I won't disturb this area anymore. I'll go back the way I came. There's a long sit, a long stand for me in one position. But that was awesome. I guess there's some deer in here. Well, I'll try and film an area where I think I may put the ground blind. And we'll see what it looks like when I go back. Here's the large rock I talked about. Trail goes through there. And because this is all cedar and hemlock, it's kind of obstructing a lot of the view right here. So I'm gonna go head back just a little bit further. I had an opening on the left-hand side, would be good for the wind. You might be able to put that ground blind in 100 feet or so, tucked into some hemlock and some cedar and stuff, and be hidden from that trail. Let's go see what kind of a shooting lanes I can get from it, but we'll see. I just came from there. That rock is right behind these 2 cedar trees, 3 cedar trees. And this is the open area. I'm thinking about putting a ground blind in. Trying to squeeze it somewhere in through here somewhere. It'll give me a bunch of shooting lanes, and there's a nice straight stretch right here. It's fairly open for quite a ways. So if they're coming from that way, I'll have, you know, this much time to try and pick out a lane. And vice versa, if they're coming from this way. I'll put that ground blind down here somewhere. I'll have all these little shooting lanes for these big trees, and I'll try and put it behind, like this hemlock over there, some spruce and pine, and a cedar over there, some more small pine over there. So I could try and blend it in one of these areas. So I could watch this straight stretch. I'm gonna walk in over here and then try and look through for shooting lanes to see how good it is. And that deer I saw was right over in there. You know, just wise right down there, another 100 feet, and then goes to the right, and that's where I saw that buck in there. So I'm gonna take a walk through there and then try and give you some footage of from there out here, see where the shooting lanes are, and see what we can see. All right, here I am behind some cedars. The hemlock and stuff behind there, and some of the spruce and pine and fir right there. So, and you can see that trail for quite a ways, and there's a bunch of little shooting lanes, and I could trim some of that, but we'll have to see what happens in the fall anyway. There's that big rock again right there, so that rock is a decent spot. It's just right where that rock is. It'd be really hard to get, you'd have to have a quick shot, not a lot of range, but here you could catch it from walking all the way through. You can see where the bright light is, that's where the trail goes. So it'd give you plenty of time to aim and get a shot off, and then also debate on whether you want to shoot whatever you're seeing. As opposed to if you're on that rock over there, it was kind of obscured and you didn't have much time. And over here, this trail right here, something's been walking through this already. I'm gonna take a walk through that way and see if there's any way I can get my four-wheeler in through the back way here so I'm not disturbing this trail over here. Mosquitoes are out today, that's for sure. I didn't think they'd be out. All right, I'll do some more walking. Looks like a promising spot though. Bugs are pretty bad. I just got back to the four-wheeler. Right in there is where I went. Went way up and around. I popped out here. That's the main trail that I want to watch. I did find a nice little route. We'll have to take the four-wheeler up in here, go down maybe 200 feet or so, then you can take a right. Slow the branches away from the main trail, but that'll bring me right in behind the open area where I want to put the ground blind to watch that main trail. But the problem is, this trail's all through there. I mean, looks like this must have been an old farmstead a long time ago, but I've been finding huge piles of rocks here and there. So it probably was a field at one time. But looks real promising in there. I have to get my brother come out there and help me get that ground blind up. See what he thinks. Maybe we can do a little bit more footwork and see what he thinks. But we did have that deer on film here, so that was pretty interesting. I'm not sure. We've been having a buck. You saw the buck I recorded on our elevated ground blind just a couple of videos ago. I don't know if that's the same one or not. I'm across the road and half a mile in, so I don't know if he's the same one. He could be. I don't know. But see, they seem to all look alike when they're first growing their antlers, so I'm not sure. But appreciate y'all watching and coming along with me. And this looks like a promising area, so we'll see what happens. Well, I had to do one more little check before I went home. Check out the swamp. It's kind of dried up. It's an open area, a lot of swale grass. There might be some water over there, I'm not sure. Hard to tell. I know there was some in the very back side, but not a lot. But so like only one way to get in here with a wheeler. But I'll give you a view around, show you what we got here. Still not sure. Put a tree stand up here or not, I just don't know. Definitely trails through here and probably good bedding. But you know, it's hard to hunt bedding areas. It's as thick as it is all around, and they could be just on the edge instead of in the center. There's a lot of blowdowns over there. Let me show you what I got. Okay, here she is. It's really thick over in there, and a lot of blowdowns. I think there could be some water over there. I don't know. It's getting pretty dry right now too. 75 yards over there, possibly. I think there's a little bit of water in there. You can see like the cattails are starting to grow. So probably just a little bit of water there. Right where I am is kind of pretty dry. But if this isn't a good place for deer to bed, I don't know what is. See all those trees down and stuff like that. They could be laying right underneath those, especially during deer season. Have an escape route. I walked over there on that corner last year. I saw some beds. I didn't walk from here. I was coming through the woods the other way. And there's some beds in the back corner over there in the woods, not in the swale grass. But I'm sure there's some too. If we had a tree stand out here. Just have to strategize with the most convenient place for me, but you also got to strategize the best place that the deer will be coming in here, if they are at all. This is one of them deals where, you know, being disabled, I just don't have the ability to take advantage of this like you should. It's a nice spot though.